Alright, how's it going, guys? So, I finally got almost all of the steel equipment melted down. There's more that I've already put away, and just kind of getting things cleaned up from our trip to the forts. Which, when we got to the fort, we ended up with these two nice black steel anvils, vanadium steel hammers, and I want to use them. Except I have an idea. So, first thing is, as I said, I don't want to use anything that I haven't made yet because I'm kind of anal that way. So, I need to make black steel, which is not that difficult. Black steel is simply nickel, black bronze, and steel. And we already have steel. Black bronze is simple enough to make. I need to stop doing that one. I need the ingot one. So it is copper and electrum. Electrum is just gold and silver. And I had told you guys that we would talk about this when we actually make it. Because you will see in here that there is electrum and copper. There is, where's that? There we go. Gold, sterling silver, and copper. And there is silver, rose gold, and copper. So you can pretty much make it however you want, but you got to look down here at the temperature. So if you do it one way, it's 1341. If you do it one way, it's 1337. If you do it the other one, it's 1328. So as long as you're careful, well, as long as you realize that and you do it at the highest one of those temperatures, you'll be okay. So that's what we're going to do today. Is we're going to do a little bit of alloying. And yes, my inventory is a mess. It is a huge mess. First things first, we got to get all this ash out of here because every tool that had a wooden handle, the wood turned into ash. So eventually, this is the second time I've had to clean it out. Of the ash, I think I had 46 scrap in there last time. But eventually, it just gets to the point where you can't do anything with what's inside because it's just all ashed up. And obviously, there's still that little smidge, which is a 1/72 that won't come out of there. But first thing we're going to do today is melt down this nickel. So I went to our garnierite vein right over there and grabbed some small garnierites and pentlandites. And when I wash these, let's get to the right one here. So pentlandite, when you wash it, you get sparelite, hematite, cobalite, and gypsum. And when you wash, hello, why are you not doing the thing? Thank you. And when you wash garnierite, you end up with nickel sparelite. Now, I don't want to use my nickel. I actually have those all put away over here because if we look at this again, nickel can be used to get platinum group sludge and chloroplatinic acid. So every 2 of these nickels we throw in here, well, full, we end up with a full thing of platinum dust. And these platinum group sludge we can centrifuge for now ruthenium, rhodium, palladium, pretty much useless. But what we really want is the osmium, the iridium, and the platinum. Mainly the first 2, but the platinum is nice as well. And you have a 0.8 chance of each one of them. 8 times a 0.8 chance of each one of them. And ruthenium, even though it is virtually useless, can be used to get charged to neutral matter. Same with the rhodium and the palladium. So virtually useless except for when you get to that. But I am going to go ahead and, well, let's look at the, if we look at the uses for it, you get 8 nickel nuggets out of 1 purified garnet ring. So that's only 1 nugget off of a full ingot. And then the pendant landbite is 3 nuggets. It's not quite as good as the garnet ring. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw these all in here, and I am going to get them cooking up, and I will be back with you when they are done after we discuss a few things, because it's definitely going to take that longer. But first off, you guys will notice the walls are changed out. The ceiling is done. We have expanded to the full use of the building. We did that in the live stream yesterday. And give me a second because I think I have a sneeze going on. Ooh. Okay, I think it passed. And we also made our oven. So you'll see in here that we have got in the steam age, our oven is taken care of. The oven is absolutely great for just regular furnace recipes. It's way faster than a regular furnace. It's also very efficient. I think I cooked up a whole stack of brick yesterday off of just some grass. It's very, very efficient. So we have that. It's a very simple recipe to make the oven. So it's just a casing, double copper plate, and bricks. And then the other thing we did yesterday was I made a construction pick, which you'll see has the same durability as a regular pick. And you can make a construction pick either like this, which is how I made it, because I did not have a raw pickaxe. This is how you probably will be making your construction pickaxes. It's just a file and a hammer. But since I didn't have any raw pickaxes, because I always turn my pickaxes straight into regular ones, which, speaking of, I now have bronze pickaxes and steel pickaxes that we got from the loot. So I'm going to be using them up rather than melting them down. I could melt them down, but each one is a nugget less than the raw pickaxe would give you. And I don't want to deal with being a nugget short. So, and I might as well use them, you know. And then I have some steel axes, Damascus axe head. I'm actually using a Damascus axe now. they will pretty much two-hit kill most mobs. Damascus is really nice. It has 128 durability versus regular steel, which is only 512, so it's twice the durability, and it's sharpness 5 instead of sharpness 2. I do have to tell you, we had a couple major issues. One, my horse drowned. Keep your horses away from water. Greg's water is very grabby, and they will literally get sucked down and you won't be able to get back up. And when I went to log in today, the server errored and it would not let me in. I had to close down and completely boot the pack back up again. And when I logged in, horse number 2 was dead. Well, not dead, disappeared. Nowhere to be seen. So I lost his saddle and his horse armor. And he's the only other full black horse I could find. So I'm going to have to go back either to a white horse or go get that black one with white socks that I seen out there. I want to show you guys my tower of creosote. These are all the creosote barrels that we got out of our loot, and I've just been putting them up here. I have them all wrenched so they will output to the bottom, and you can see that these two here at least are empty, so they have nothing in them anymore. See, that one's empty. That one's empty. And let's see. That one, and that one. So I'm using up a lot of creosote getting the steel taken care of. This is actually finally empty now. And yeah, we're down to 299. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this thing back on. And I have taken our lignite coal and our regular coal, turned them to bricks, and dropped them in here as well so they can run and stack with what we have. We did get a little bit of metal material boxes, crates. We ended up with, this is all the stuff that needs to be melted down, by the way. We did get Damascus steel dust, bronze dust, and brass dust. So that will help out a lot. And this is the metal stuff that we got. So brass, bronze, stainless, steel. A lot of the steel is from melting things down. And then Invar that we're not going to use until I make some. And I am going to use a little bit of the Invar we get today to make Invar because we do have a quest for it right here. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done. We're going to be doing this. I know we already have a wooden tank, but well, we kind of did it out of order. We're going to be doing this and the dryer, which there should be a dryer in here somewhere, right here. Distilled water and more dryer. We're going to be doing that for Friday. So we'll have those two quests done. And I want to explain the construction pickaxe a little bit here. So there is a certain YouTuber that only makes construction pickaxes. And he only uses them because of the feature of they will auto pick up your stuff for you. And the problem that I have with that is it's not the proper tool for the proper job. Construction pickaxe, good for bricks and the like, terrible for mining. So if I wanted to break that out, it's almost an instant break. It is way faster on player placed blocks. But on regular blocks, it is way slower. So like if I break this, it will be quite slower than if I was using a regular bronze pickaxe. And I have even been trying to get Greg to charge extra durability if you use it, and I cannot remember if it does or not. At least a little. But it just bugs me that he does it, and I've told him many times that it bugs me when he does it, but it's his prerogative, it's what he likes to do, because apparently he's too lazy to pick up blocks. But it's not something you're going to catch me doing. But for doing construction, absolutely great. I tore this whole inner thing down and the roof. By the way, we did go up 2 blocks, so we have a little bit more headroom. And it was really quick, really easy to do. I love construction pickaxes for that reason. They're also nice for picking up your molds, so you don't have to worry about them jumping into the crucible. Even though you can pick them up with your hand, they're also good for picking up the crucibles as well. Oh, and our bronze anvil is finally down to a whopping 3 durability. So I will be melting that down today as well. So it's gotten very, very low, and you can see now we have our first 2 things of nickel out here. So we are on our way to getting this done. I will probably wait on doing the pentlandite and just do the garnierite, because that was, I think, 46 of them that I had. So that's going to be almost right around 40 nickel that we're going to get out of here. That's plenty. So, like I said, I'll be right back with you, and we will get this black bronze made, and then black steel, and then I got something else for you. So, give me a few minutes. I'll be right back. Alright, so the nickel has finally gotten done here, or it's finishing its way out. Go ahead and turn this off for the moment. That gives us our nickel for the book. Oh, and I also automated this one with a pipe here. This is brass. Ignore the color. Alright, so we've got just a little bit of nickel left in there. We're going to have to let that cool off, and then we can throw, actually, we can throw in our silver and use that to get the, I know I have a, there's, we can use that so we can get that out of there. So we had 2 nickel scrap left. We're going to throw our silver, our gold, and 3 copper in there. And this is going to make our black bronze, because it's 3 copper, a gold, and a silver. Actually, I need to get 3 more copper in there, because I'm doing 2 of the other ones. Copper. There we go. Alright, I'm going to throw that in there. We're going to let all that cook up, and that'll give us our black bronze. And if we look at it here, So we have 3 and 2. We made 4 electrum, so we did 6 copper. So we need to let it get up to the 1341. So for this one, since we need to know the exact temperature it needs to get up to make sure we have everything right, I'm going to switch this back over and waste another match to do so. Now, it should be self-evident because it'll turn purple on top, but I just want to make sure we keep an eye on that just to be safe. And as soon as that gets done, we can pour most of it out of there, because for making the black steel, we only need 1 black bronze to 1 nickel with 3 steel. Let's see, there's 4, 6, that's 10. Actually, I may be able to get away with it. Let me grab 3 steel here. And we're definitely going to have to pour it after that. But I should have enough room in there. And you don't want to throw it in now because the copper and the nickel will bond. And we don't want that happening. But I should be able to, as soon as we know that is black bronze, throw these 4 in, which will not equal 16, it'll only be 14. And then we'll just have black bronze in there along with black steel. And then we will pour everything at once. And this will take a few minutes because, well, gold is quite dense, so this will be going up slower in temperature. So I'm going to go ahead and pause a minute, and I'll be right back when we're closer to our temperature. Okay, we had a problem. The silver just melted out because I forgot to disable the auto pour. And there goes the gold. And now the copper is ready. So let's get both of those turned off. Now we're going to throw the silver in, throw the gold in. There we go. Now we're back to 900, but we have all the silver and gold back in there. Always got to remember to turn the auto pour off. That's why I'm going to be setting up a second crucible. We're going to have one. Well, technically, there's probably going to be like 6 crucibles in here. But we're going to have one for me doing manual stuff like what I'm doing now. We're going to have one for basically reduction stuff, or taking anything like this, or like the pent, or even the bronze dust, brass dust, stuff like that, and making it into ingots, plates, whatever. Then we'll have one for making bronze and brass, one for making steel, one for making iron, one probably for making invar. Those are things we're going to need butt tons of. And then we'll have the big multi-smelter. Alright, so we're back up to 1200. We need to be at 1341. So let's keep an eye on this. Why do I have a zinc plate on? Put that back. Okay, so the silver should be melted, we believe. The gold should be melting. And then the copper. There we go. 1340. We have black bronze. We're now going to throw in the nickel and the 3 steel. And now we just got to wait for this to get up to 1838. And we will have our black steel. So 700 degrees and we'll be there. So be right back. All right, we are up to 1700 almost. So we're getting rather close. And we will have our black steel in just a minute. And by the way, we're actually going to go a little bit further because we can actually use our black steel, mix it with a little bit of rose gold, a little bit of brass, and a little bit more steel, and we can go all the way to red steel. Red steel being the best for durability at 1024. So the same as my Damascus that I have. And it also has Smite 3, Sharpness 3, Wearbane 1, Disjunction 1, and Dissolving 2, so a little bit of everything. Alright, so there we go. There is our black steel. So we're going to go ahead and pour all the black bronze out of here. Get it out of the way. And we can turn that into black steel later with some more nickel and steel. The nice thing about making black bronze is you get a lot of it that you can use to make your black steel even better. Alright, and that thing has cooled off, but now we know that that's only black steel in there. So let's drop that down there. And for red steel, we need rose gold. So rose gold is simply 1 copper and 4 gold. So let's go ahead and get 4 gold and a copper. And we have brass right here. So we can just grab one of them. And then we need 2 steel. And we have that as well. So we should have enough room in here. Now if we turn this back on, we can go ahead and throw in the copper and the 4 gold. And making rose gold will be done at 1341. So as soon as we get to that, we can get that out. We can go ahead and pour 4 of them out of there to get them out of the way. And then we should have just 1 of them left in there, along with the black bronze or the black steel. And we can dump in our brass and our 2 steel and turn that black steel that's in there, or at least part of it, into red steel. And that means that we're actually going to melt down all 3 of these anvils, and we're going to pour a red steel anvil. Because if we look up anvil, the bronze one that we are currently using is only 100 durability. We could go to a steel which is 1000 durability. We could use the black steel that is 3000 durability. or we can do what we're doing and go red steel, which is 5,000 durability. There's also blue steel that's 4, but blue steel is actually more of a pain in the butt to make because blue steel actually requires bismuth bronze to make, and it's a little bit lower than red steel anyways, and we actually wouldn't have an issue doing it because we did end up with a stack and 18 of bismuth bronze. Bismuth being the harder part of that alloy because it only really spawns as smalls up high in mountains, so you don't get a whole lot of bismuth. But since red steel is better overall for durability, that is what I want. So now we just got to wait for this to get done. What was it I said we were going for here? Rose gold needs 1341. So we are almost there, and we need to pull out 4 ingots worth. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we're going to throw in our brass, our 2 steel, and we can throw our rose gold down there. And now, as soon as we get up to around 1900, let's see, to be exact, it's going to be 1838, we should end up having our red steel. And as soon as that's done, then I'm going to go ahead and take both of these anvils, throw them in, and we already have the rose gold here, so I'll just mix some rose gold in with it, make even more red steel, which I'll probably end up making some pickaxes out of what we have left over, but I will be making us a red steel anvil at least, and I'm going to make a red steel hammer. These vanadium hammers are kind of nice, but they're about the same as regular steel at 51,200 durability. Vanadium steel is the only steel that is level 3 mining, but they're hammers, and I don't want to mine with a hammer because I don't want to crush my ore. And because they already have a tool handle on them, we cannot melt them down. So if you're trying to get a level 3 pickaxe and you don't want to use diamond or zirconium, cobalt may be a little bit too low durability for you. Vanadium steel is an option, although getting vanadium is a little bit more of a delicate process. It's actually a little bit difficult to do. You actually have to get vanadium pentoxide. This right here will be what you're going to be getting is vanadium pentoxide. See if I can find vanadium pentoxide. What in the world is it we get that from? I thought we got it out of the sluice. We don't have... Well, we're at our temperature. Let's get this dealt with real quick. So, yep, there's our red steel. And we need this as ingots. 6 and 7. So there we go. That is our 7, and then this will just be extra black bronze that we had in there. Or black steel, sorry. So now we can take this and put it in here. And where is hammer? There is our red steel anvil. So with that, we can now melt down these 4 red steel spikes that I have to make even more. They only contain 9 each. So I'll be melting those down, melting these down, turning it into more red steel. Nice job, you just messed up your floor. I'll have to fix that. And yeah, that should be about it for today. Got all our oil stuff back there. We have our extra stuff I'm hiding back there. We have to figure out what we're doing with our storage stuff here. I did put some turrets out, which are empty right now because holy crap are they loud. But other than that, they are done. I have made a new thumbnail, which you guys will be seeing in probably the next one. I don't really have time today to get it completed. And I will retroactively go back and change all the other thumbnails because somebody had complained that my thumbnail was the same from last time. So during the live stream, we did get a new thumbnail shot. I'm going to go ahead and turn that on so I can get those melted, and I will see you guys in the next one.